I sort of realized that we've just been way underrating Lee Sin. He seems really good to me. And the fact that he levels the same way that Ezreal levels is pretty crazy. So that's what I thought was so enticing about the deck, that they leveled the same way. And so that's pretty cool. All right, so we're going up against Endure. Endure, you really just want removal. Gotcha's great, but not Gotcha here. I want a Gotcha for 2. I kind of want both Shock and Will. Will is what wins the game against Atrocity. Shock tends to be pretty decent. I think we have to ship them both, though, so we can get, like, Mystic Shots, Thermogenic, the Claws. Like, we need some ways to slow them down early. And that opening hand, while filled with great cards, weren't the right cards. These are the right cards. So whatever they play on, if they play anything with 1 health here, I will kill it. And the reason is simply this, that against Endure, those little guys that seem pointless, oh my goodness, that's an amazing target. But the little guys that seem pointless end up being the activators that allow to get them to get those insane snowball starts. And if you don't let the Endure deck get a snowball start, they just can't beat you. Like, you're going to have Will for their Atrocity. They're not even probably going to get you an Atrocity range. Like, this was a sick pull there. No matter what they play, I kill. It's probably not good, though. It would probably been better next turn to be able to kill, like, a Callista that comes out. The cool thing is... Oh, never mind. It was perfect. Killing a Elise. So, I mean, this is just the dream, right? Like, they play guys, we kill them. We don't just level Ezreal anymore. We level Lee Sin and Ezreal. So on 6, Lee Sin could feasibly come out leveled or close to it, maybe on 7, and just be amazing. Okay, so on 3, we don't really have the great removal pieces right now. All we have is this Mystic Shot. So I think I'm fine playing Shadow Assassin. I'm just taking the draw. What's intriguing, though, is I don't really need to. I don't see any reason why I would just pass, let them play first, see what they're going to do, and then play Lease, and then play Shadow Assassin. And if they pass as the Endure deck, it's kind of like, okay, cool. You passed as the Endure deck. I banked 3 mana. That wasn't the best play you could have made. Okay, so this is one of the few guys we don't actually just kill, right? We are worried now, because their next turn might be the Bark guy, which would give them, 2/2/1 challengers, a 4/4, and a 2/1. That will be very challenging for us if they have the Bark guy to kill him. We will have Chump Wump to block him, and this is one of the main reasons why Chump Wump is kind of ridiculously good. I don't think there's a reason to block here at all, actually. 2 isn't that bad. I think we're going to play Chump Wump here. So, I know, Suppa, you were asking before about the mushroom package, and doesn't seem, like, it seems weird, if nothing else. The mushroom package is bananas good in this deck. Okay, I think we just beam Callista. We could sort of like try to wait and play like a Mystic Shot first and then beam. I think we're just going to beam her. That way, if they're able to flip her somehow, like this makes it a lot harder for them to flip her. I say flip instead of level. I don't know why. Because they literally flip is why. But yeah, so, and then now look, we're going to be at 3 and 3 for these guys. And I have 2 mushrooms. So I can basically level Lee now whenever I want. Okay. So that's intriguing. Now that I see that, maybe it was a mistake beaming Callista. She seemed obvious, but he's the real threat against our deck. Because if we can't remove that card, all this chip damage that we're doing is going to end up being pointless. Oh, jeez. I think we're going to double Mystic Shot that one. This is not what we want to do. We would way rather play like Will. But it is going to get Lee pretty close to flipping. We can actually flip him next turn. by going Mushroom Cloud, Mushroom Cloud. Probably, we probably won't, but we might. Alright, I'm just going to kill one of these, because I know he put 2 on the board, so you can do something clever like glimpse this guy. It does let him glimpse this guy now, which is a pretty serious issue, actually. If they had... That might have been a mistake, because if they'd had glimpse there, that would have been pretty bad for me. Trying to figure out, am I supposed to kill this guy? Oh, Lee Sin handling the collector is going to be so beautiful. Okay, so we do want Lee Sin to level up and do his thing. So how much mana do we need? What do we need to do? We've played 2 spells here. So this will be 3. So we're going to have 7 next turn. We'll have 7, and we need to play... If we want to do all 4 of these, we will not have enough, because we'll have 9. So I won't be able to level him up and take out that guy. That's going to have to be like 2 turns from now. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. If I could have leveled up Lee here and turned him on and done his thing. Like if we draw, what can we draw that would let us do this? I don't think there's anything. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that would let us turn this on. But this is why the mushrooms are so good. We will be able to flip him this turn if we want. Oh, actually, that's fine, because he'll still get Challenger when he's flipped. I don't know what I was thinking there. Ooh. I keep thinking this does 4 damage, by the way. It does not. So that's something I have to get better at training myself on. That definitely does not do 4 damage. And I definitely did have a game where I played that against something that had 4 health, and that didn't go well. That was one of my first games with it. All right, so we will be able to flip him. And then we'll pick off the collector. So this is, and these are burst speed, so there's really nothing they can do except for like glimpse the collector, which is not that bad for us. All right, so we'll go ahead. We'll just flip Lee Sin.
Conflict is all
Boom,
in
boom.
I will not hold back.
And because he got Challenger when we were doing his thing, he slipped with Challenger. I've found that the barrier is almost never important, which is great. It's another thing I misunderstood about him, because I was thinking that they struck each other. I was thinking I had to have 2 for the barrier, and that seemed like a lot. Only having 1 it's almost never the case when you can't have 1, and that's so amazing against him. Like that just kind of feels like game at that point. Oh. Why can't you be only 2? All right, she's seen no dust. Okay. Hey, mushroom. Also, there's that. The random mushroom just feels so good. You're like, oh yeah, random damage, cool, and it's an even amount now, which is so perfect for us. That's interesting. I think we just respawn by killing Callista here. We could have willed her, but that just seems foolish, especially at this point. We really just want to keep will for the endures. Like that's really what we want to do. Do we just pass here? I guess we do need to pass in case they endure. We don't have to play meditation here. Like, yes, it's cheaper, it's great. And it seemed likely they were going to do that anyway. I think we should still just keep passing here. Remember, we're going to get 4 damage every time we attack because of Lee Sin, which is absurd. And they only have 1 card left, so they are going down fast here. Like, things just aren't going that well for them. We're giving up a lot of mana by not playing meditation here is the problem. I think we're going to play it. Now that they attacked, we don't need to save it for endure.
I'll see this through.
Okay, so this is one of the reasons why Sonic Wave is so good. On my turn, I can make Lee Sin do 6 now instead of only 4. Now, it's irrelevant with the board state itself, but it's quite relevant with the fact that it does the damage to the face. I guess the question is, are we playing Chump Wump here? I don't think so. I think we just want to roll over the mana. I mean, we still have the double burst there and the burst here. Another Lee Sin. Hey, another mushroom damage. It feels so good, I'm telling you. Every time that happens, you're like, hey, it's mushroom damage. How nice. Alright. I mean, between the attack and this, and with this, that would be game. So, do I keep 9 is the question. I don't have anything to kick is the problem. So I'm just going to draw. I could do this next turn anyway. Okay, the gotcha's nice. Another one of those. Okay. I would really like them to play something for me to kick. I don't want to kick a 1-1. And like I can, it's fine. It's not a bad thing. It just feels kind of like, why? Yeah, and then the next question is Dragon Rage worth it? Is any of this worth it? I mean, Dragon Rage is worth it. What I mean is, like, how do we do this? We already paid. I don't think we need to. So this is a problem that I have, is not going for lethal when I should. Like, probably I should have just gone for lethal. They only have 2 cards in hand. I play a little too carefully. And with a control deck, that can sometimes really just bite you because you played it too carefully. I think we can attack with him here. I think if we had attacked with him long ago, it probably would have been better for us, to be honest. Okay. So again, I could have done more damage there. I could have done it with the Sonic Wave. I could have set up lethal with next turn with the Sonic Wave. I decided not to. I decided to play kind of like the slow plotting approach. Wow. I was going to play a clump of wumps, but if they're going to pass, I'm going to pass. That sounds great. Let's pass. Anytime I draw Ezreal, I just win. So, if I could do that, that would be fantastic. Alright, so I do get the chance to play Dragon's Rage here, and I think that's right. We might as well hit the 4/4 with that. I don't see any reason not to. It sets us up to do lethal next turn. We can still play our Will. Oh, that's cool. We could do him too. Yeah, let's do that. We still got Will for their guy. We've still got the chance to do Sonic Wave. Like, we have a lot of stuff we can do. They can't kill him because we can barrier him at any point. So I'm not sure what their big thought here is. Like, that guy's dead. They will get to do a little damage, though. Like, if they hook both of these guys, they'll do 4. Oh, okay, so they're going to Atrocity. I don't think that worries us. Oh, that was a mistake. No, well, yeah. Okay. Let's see. We've got a lot of stuff we can do here, luckily. We could go Chump Wump and then Gotcha, I think, works best here. And then we get several blockers. And we're still threatening lethal with the Sonic Wave double thing.
They grow up so fast.
I think that's all fine. We will go Gotcha on him, I guess. There's nothing else they can do. Getting to 5 should be fine. We still have 2 guys I can kick. And I can kick them for lethal with these 2. But it's really nerve-wracking. Because it's like if they have a glimpse, if they have a feast, if they have anything, then they just thwart that. So my goal will be to sort of play around that possibility. So it costs 6 to do the double. So that means I can play her first. And now I don't need a double. In fact, I have lethal with just what I have. So this works out really well. I do need to cast a spell. Oh, I can't cast it. Oh, okay. So that's interesting. I guess what we're going to do is go like this. No, that wouldn't be lethal. So I want to do that and that. I would like to know what they're going to do. Oh, well, now it's all irrelevant. We just won. Okay. So, I think that was a good lesson in just how dominant this deck is, because I did not play it all that well. Like, I could have gone for lethal earlier. I was a little too worried about options. You've literally never lost to a mushroom deck. This is a deep deck, is that what I saw? So against deep, Will just wins basically. And Concussive Palm. Like, that combination is really strong. But Will is ridiculous. And Beam is always good, and Welcome and Assassin is always good. Beam is less valuable against this deck than a lot of decks, but Beam is just great. Like, it's hard. I'm hard-pressed to come up with a moment where Beam's not good. Now, I wish these were Wills, just because of the Nautilus Atrocity thing. Like, these are going to be great. Don't get me wrong. But the Atrocity would be nice. I think we're going to Beam him. There's no reason to take 2 damage right away next turn. I guess we could have kept it and then saw what they played next turn and Mystic shot at it and then still had the beam. But this feels right because, oh, okay. Well, it's definitely right with that. They're not playing anything. Boo! Give us something to kill with our gotcha. Alright, so this is a good assassin spot. Wow, look at all these blockers we have. Ah, that guy's annoying. So he negates our chip damage. You know what? But not if we just kill him first. Let's just kill him first. Then we'll attack and get our chip damage. I know we don't have to have the chip damage. It's just helpful. And the more chip damage we can get in early, the better. Because later we're just going to be blocking most likely. And then they're going to have the 3/3 elusive guy that we won't be able to get through anymore. So it's nice to get some chip damage in. We're already at 2-2, so that's nice. Alright, another gotcha. What do we get to get? Oh, come on, man. Taking away all the progress that I just got. But 3-3 unless they glimpse it. Don't glimpse it. Don't you glimpse that. Okay. Cool. That's fine. You can do that. I'm A-okay with that. Where are they in their search for depth? Not that deep. I'm going to play him just because they're out of mana. Open attack for 5 is pretty damn good, actually. If we get them down to 13, like, that's kind of absurd. Lee Sin is salivating over that spot. I'm definitely not playing Claws. That would be so greedy to assume that at 5 mana they can't play anything. And that's the card we knew was going to come eventually. Luckily, we just remove it and move on. And we still have 2 palms for the bigger guys. Lee Sin's getting close. We should be in really good shape here. Alright, and we got Ezreal joining the party. I would have rather waited a turn or 2 and get him some more removal before I see him, but we'll take him. He will end up being useful. So I think we have some newer viewers to the stream today. What all are you playing here on the last day of ladder? Have you made masters? How far along into masters are you? Etc. etc. Okay, so they just eat him. So here's our question. Actually, this is a cool experiment. I want to palm him anyway, because I don't want to take the damage. Will this go off? I have to assume it will. Like, I would be shocked if it didn't. Okay. This is the question, though. Do we want to play the Claws and actually open attack and lose a guy, but potentially do 6 damage? I think the answer to that is yes.
The dragon approaches.
I normally would not do that. Just bank the mana and move on, but I don't know. That felt promising.
Within my grasp.
They may make this a bad play by doing the drain spell on one of them and blocking one of them, and then I do 3 and lose 2 of them, and now I don't have as many blockers, and that's unfortunate. But we do have quite a bit of stuff here. If nothing else, Chump Wump is going to get us there. So what we could do is palm this guy and not lose him. But I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to keep this, like, in case they hit Nautilus here or something, being able to palm him at the next turn would be good. Alright, how close are they? Okay, they're deep. They're deep. Is it Lee Sin? I don't think so. I think it's Chump Wump. I think I would rather be able to be, like, on 8. Or 9, I guess it'll be. No, it'll be 8. Dropping him and doing some cool stuff. Wow, okay. That must have been drawn off of the other card. Yeah, so we'll just roll. We could spend one of these now because we would lose that mana. The question is it better just to save 2, though? That way we can proc something like Deep Meditation. I'm not going to, because we can proc Deep Meditation now by playing these 2. Because we're going to play the Palm no matter what this turn. So that'll be fine. And then Lee Sin's leveled. And Ezreal's getting close. Hey, it's a mushroom. Down to 6. Oh, wowzers. Wowzers. We might be in some real trouble here, actually. Like, that's... If the rest of their hand is just dudes, then that's scary. Yeah, that's a little scary. We will get to do, though, 4 with Lee Sin next turn. Wait, what just happened? Oh, God, I forgot about that. So we just lost. That was an error, then. I should have hit him. Dang it. That's really frustrating because I didn't even read him, and I've totally forgotten that guy does that. I was just like, oh, he's the crappy one. That's what my brain said instead of actually sussing out what he did. And so now we just flat lose to Atrocity. Whereas we were totally fine before. We had this game won no matter what. That is very frustrating. That's a huge blunder on my part. I think we need to keep this to turn on Lee Sin, unfortunately. Wow. That is beyond frustrating. Like, we had this game totally locked up. Despite them having an amazing board, we had it locked up. Oh well. Sometimes you don't read cards, and sometimes you lose because of it. Yeah, you were definitely right, Quads. That was the obvious choice, was to palm him and then just block the Nautilus. Instead, I did nothing and took 1 billion damage. So we do have to keep this, though, so we can proc Lee Sin. They only have 4 puff caps, so if they have an Atrocity and we don't draw a will here, we die. If they draw a will, we're dead. If they don't, we're probably golden. So yeah, there's that. Oh my god. Actually, they have a lot of heal, though. So it's a little bit risky saying we're golden. I'm a little bit tempted to just drop the Ezreal down in hopes that he pushes through because we're in such a desperate spot now. The problem is they can play an Obliterator guy and just eat him, and that just feels ridiculous. We can attack with everybody and hope that they can't block with everyone, and then that might win. So we're going to do this. We're playing way riskier now because everything got blown up with my egregious blunder. So now it's gone into this whole madness territory. I get to strike him and kill him.
Center your spirit.
And then we Mystic Shot. And we win unless they have an Atrocity, and then we lose. Here's the Atrocity. That's not Atrocity. So now they're just healing 3. So they go to 8. That drops them to 4. We win. Wow. That's a bit shocking. We got lucky. That was... Bottom line is I made a... The deck played very well. Wait, what? How come we didn't... Yeah, okay. Now I'm all discombobulated. The deck played great. I made a terrible, terrible blunder. And we got bailed out. Stunning Terror may have been safer due to Terror. Yes, Bon Chance. You're totally right. 100%. 100% I was supposed to stun the Terror. My brain said, oh, Terror is the terrible deep guy. I didn't read him. I don't remember him. And I stunned the wrong guy. Thankfully, I got bailed out. But 100%, I made a misplay. All right, so the Endure deck. This deck really does well against the Endure deck. And it's because we have so many tools to take out every single guy they drop. I would love to keep either Static Shock or Chump Wump here. But we really need Mystic Shots and Thermo Beams. This is a terrible hand. This is a really, next level bad hand. We may just get blown out.
Where are you?
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's also just the worst. That's kind of a weird play. So they just really want to do 4 here. Like, the way I play that is just as a Callista procker. I don't think I've ever just turn 2 done that. Even with the Endure that they obviously have in hand. This deck is pretty good against Endure because we have the Will for the Atrocity and the Palm for the other nonsense. But the fact that we can't do anything has been really problematic. I think we have to deep here. Like, we can let them play first because, they're not going to pass. Yeah, all right. We got to deep and hope. Oh, my God. I was just thinking, if we get a gotcha here that we were supposed to draw next year, we're going to be really mad. But I guess it would have been the second one, so we wouldn't have drawn it. But we got to hit her now. They're not going to be able to, double feast to get all the other procs. So we get to do this. We're going to take a bunch of damage, though. This was a really bad hand. But there's a chance we get there. Because now we take 7, which puts us at 9. We then get to follow up with a Static Shock to wipe their board. And it's not Endure yet. It's Endure next turn. And the Endure is going to be big, but we do have 2 wills. So they're not going to be able to win with the Endure. We're going to have to be careful about it, and it's really going to constrain everything that we get to do. But, it's a disastrous game. You got to take what you can get. We're actually going to kill this thing. I think they're trying to reload their board with some cool procs here. If they glimpse this, that's actually really bad for us. Or that. Because I was also thinking we were going to get her for free then as a blocker. And now they have yet another thing. Okay, I was wrong. They weren't trying to proc that. They were just playing the cards. Boy, oh boy. There's the Endure. So they can't Endure an Atrocity. So we can play him. Let's block the 1/1. And still play Will.
In Avarosa's name.
Boing. Would have been better to palm there. But, Well, I didn't block. Oh, God. Streaming bad play. This happens to me sometimes. That's unfortunate. He's at 4. He's at 4. I think we're just going to play him and attack with him. We have the 4 left for Will. So the problem was we're kind of dead here if they have Atrocity. Because if we will him,
it's not bragging if you could back it
then
up. Gotcha.
So if we will him, then they just replay him then they replay him next turn, and then we play this dude and lock him down. But then they atrocity. So we're sort of dead if they have atrocity either way. With that in mind, it's probably better for me to get the extra mystic shot usage. And I'm not gonna hit I'm not hitting this guy. I guess I should have hit. The reason I didn't hit that guy is because of the atrocity, but I'm gonna have to block him anyway with the 2/2, and then I could have lived. So I think that probably was an error, actually. So if we, wow, we are so far away from. Oh, that was that worked out. We'll just say that worked out. An atrocity off the top still kills us, except for the fact that we're now at 7 here. We may just pull this out. We may just pull this one out now. So let's think about our spells here. We've got these two. I would rather use them for face damage at this point, because that would be 4, 8, 10, 12, 14. That'd be 14 face there. But I need one more proc to flip him. And they could atrocity at any moment that we have. Oh, we do have the will answer to that.
Speed things up a little.
Boy, this is a tough one. Let's see what they do. Let's see what their attack looks like if they attack.
Do not interfere.
This is hard. We're going to do this. I hate giving them the draw. That just is tough. Terror is pretty meta now. Closest games easily. Oh, yeah. Wait, what? Terror? What are we talking? Oh, yeah, that guy. Oh, he is? I haven't seen him at all. That's interesting. All right. I think we're going to pass here. We're going to bank our mana. And we're going to hope we get something here that procs him. We did not. So I really don't want to do it with Static Shock. That's just so mana intensive. We don't actually have a way to combo out the win here either, which is annoying. But we also won't live through our opponent's next turn. So do we just need draw that we get with Shadow Assassin? Try that, I guess. Chump Wump. That's big. That's huge for us because that's a ton of damage. So now we can go like... the problem is we can't get below 4 or we'd potentially die. And next turn they get double atrocity. So if we could finish in here, that'd be great. But if we Chump Wump, we have 9. Now we could still do it. I guess we Chump Wump. No, not yet. We want to flip him first. I want to flip him so that he's 1 more damage. It also draws me that Mystic Shot. And then if they like go for the atrocity win here, then we have more options. I think rushing Chump Wump here would be a bad plan. All right, let's see what they got here. Okay. What? What's happening here? Was that simply a I don't want to go under 6, let's extend this thing? Do they have a I don't know what that play was. I'm not saying it's a bad play. Let's be clear. I just don't know what is happening. That might be a bad play. Might not be a bad play. So they're passing, which gives me the window where I can definitely use this Mystic Shot and still have the mana to will. That's 4. That takes me to 11. And then we have 4, 6, 8, 10 in hand with what we have. Then plus we'll have the will if we need it. But man, if they have double atrocity, it's going to feel so bad. Oh my god. Let's wait for him to play his fastballs first. Odds are he doesn't have 2 in hand, else he would have played one already. Yes, I can definitely spell in response to his atrocity. The problem is I don't have enough to kill him. Actually, do I have enough to kill him now? I didn't before, but now I probably do. We do need to keep the will back, though. Wait. If he goes for it and we go in response, how much mana do we have? We have enough to do... No, I already calculated. We have enough to do 10. And we don't have that much mana. But we're getting close. We're getting close. You're going for lethal before it hits your face, so either chump for more burst or stack to draw. I think this way is fine. Okay, so we've got plenty of mana. So these are all burst effects. But we have to take 4 back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, are we 1 short? Are we now... Did I make some errors there that we can't recover from? Maybe. So we'll go like that. We'll go like that. So that's 2, 4, 6... 8.
I know you're thinking and stuff, but could you maybe speed things up a little?
10. We just lose to atrocity now, don't we? Son of a... 4. Oh, wait. 4, 5, 7. So we're fine here. Right? I didn't mess that math up? No, I think we're good. I think we can still will that and be fine. But if they have another one, then we die. That's the problem. We still lose to double atrocity.
Firing!
But they don't have them, so we're dead. So we're fine.